Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards. Welcome back to not the home studio, but actually the beach right here. We're actually going to show you how we filmed the episode 42 cinematic opening using the Hover X1 Pro Max. It's a really cool drone, very light, and has a lot of automatic modes for a dumb wrestler like me that I can really get those shots. Then we're going to go back to the studio. I'm going to show you how I edit, voiceover, and do all that stuff in order to create that. This is fun behind the scenes stuff I love to share with you from time to time. We do have a full behind the scenes studio tour because we're updating everything soon. So please subscribe, click the bell to get notified. Also, we do have lots of wrestling content here at the Stevie Richards Show, but once in a while, I'm a geek at heart. I'm a nerd at heart, even at 53 years old. And I love to show the behind the scenes stuff. So let's take a look. We're going to set up the Hover X1 Pro Max. What we're using here is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with the face tracking. So it's going to be a little bit kind of switching back and forth between this and the drone. But let's get all the shots, including a new mode that I didn't have that I wish I used for that episode 42 opening. So I want to show you, this is a regular backpack right here. I had this for about 12, 13 years. And the drone and all the accessories go into this little pouch right here that doesn't take up a whole lot of room. So we're going to take the drone out and show you what that looks like. So this right here is the drone folded up. Yes, it folds up pretty easily. You can see it also has the guards for the propeller, so it's pretty safe. There is some obstacle avoidance, but not all, especially in orbit mode. You really want to be careful. You want to make sure nobody's around. You want to set it up to where you can get that orbit. We are going to do 3 orbits during the course of this video, but I'm going to make sure that it's safe and nobody is walking down the beach as I film. And this is what the Hover X1 Pro Max looks like unfolded. Man, it's such a small footprint and so much fun to use. So one of the cool features, and a lot of drones have this today, is the ability to have this take off right from my palm as well as land into my palm, but you have to be patient, which always isn't my virtue, but you got to be patient and let it sense your hand and land back on that. But once again, this thing is very, very thin and very, very easy to handle. So the battery life isn't all that great, but I have 2 more batteries. So it's around 16 minutes. And that was more than enough to film that cinematic opening, even with all the outtakes and mistakes I made. So 1 battery will get you through, but 3 batteries will give you about 48 minutes, average of 40 to 48 minutes on 3 batteries, which is awesome. So this is the mode that I didn't have working for the episode 42 opening. I wish I did, and it's Dolly track. So basically I can even shoot a video where I'm talking to you or using the fitness channel content and do some sort of vlog. There's another mode on this drone that I'm going to unlock and be able to use. It's called sidetrack mode, and that's one I wish I used. I'm going to come on, turn around. Sometimes it doesn't want to do that there. It's going to get in front of me. We have water over here. It's pretty smart. I mean, it's really smart, you know. Imagine 5, 10 years ago having something like this. Don't need to use a gimbal. Don't need to use a second camera person or anybody shooting you. The distance is there. The stabilization is there. Silly accent, my goodness. But I'm able to walk and it will follow me. Now, if I go here, it should cut right around here and have it basically right in front of me. So this works really well. Look at the sun in the background. That is super, super cool. So this is dolly track. The follows behind you, the dolly track backs up in front of you. So really great, covering all sides. Speaking of which, sidetrack mode or side tracking mode is coming up next. All right, so this is sidetrack mode and it's a little buggy for me right now. Here we go. Now it's working. The last time it just kind of locked up in the hover mode and didn't follow me. But this right here is keeping me right in the center. I love that shot of the sun behind me here and just walking and being able to do this and even talk. If you're doing a vlog or something, and like I said, the propeller noise, the app with the AI will remove that noise at 3 different levels. And also I use DaVinci Resolve and Final Cut Pro to also use voice isolation a little bit, and that helps. But this is a pretty amazing mode right here. So let me see if I turn in a 360. No, I just gotta walk straight. I gotta walk straight. It's not that smart, but this is incredible. Let me turn around this way. It stops. I'm gonna walk this way. This is just great for B-roll, cinematic type stuff, whether I'm doing the fitness stuff, the wrestling openings, or anything else. This, I'm so impressed with this drone. And like, that's the kind of stuff, those kinds of openings and everything is where I want to make the Stevie Richards show stand out. James, Chris, and myself, the entire team, want to do fun things and just introduce different stuff where, we're just having fun with it too. Like I said, I'm a 53-year-old nerd at heart, and this is just amazing. They even doing things like the Rocky training montage and running towards it using Dolly tracker, this kind of stuff. Steven Seagal mode activated. My terrible running, but it's keeping up with me. This is really, I'm very, very impressed with this. My goodness. That's awesome. All right, I'm blown up. So here is the dolly zoom mode. So this is going to be pretty cool if you watch Jaws or other movies. With the dolly zoom, there'll be a push back and a push in at the same time. So this is the follow mode, meaning I'm going to turn my back to the drone. Obviously, I want the audio to still be there. And then I'm going to walk and it's going to follow me. And I'm going to monitor it. And this was the shot that I did for the opening. I'm walking the opposite way, but this is the exact shot of me walking the other way and a little closer to water as well. As a matter of fact, it will follow me towards the sun and the water. And that shot there, oh my goodness, let me see if I can get right there. Wow, that's a good shot. See if I can turn a little bit, head right in the sun, looking. And what I usually do is a slow dynamic zoom using DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut, but you can see it, it'll follow me. This is the angle I had for the opening for episode 42. So it was really, and now I'm using an ND filter, so it's not quite as oversaturated, washed out. This ND filter, also the optimization in the app, allows me to use ND filters, and it came with this with the combo bundle that I ended up getting from Hover. All right, so now, once again, when I reach my palm out, oh, it just kind of jumped back. When I reach my palm out, it's going to cut the auto off and shut off. All right, so this is the hover mode. Now, what we did in the beginning of the cinematic opening was we literally had this hover here, and I kind of walked on screen. So, and we also have audio. You can basically capture audio through the Hover app right here. So I'm going to monitor this. It's not quite where I wanted. I would love to have it a little bit higher. But if I walk across like this, it will follow me. And as I'm looking, the sun is literally, I'm walking right past the sun, which is a really cool shot. I really like that a lot. And walk with the sun out of frame and keep walking. So this will track me as I walk back and forth. I love that. Just walking with the sun coming into frame. We're right near the golden hour, so this is really good. That shadow kind of set up with the sun behind me, shooting into the sun. I really do like that. Now, sometimes the audio will drop, but I'm keeping it on the phone, out of my pocket, and using it like this. So it will hover 360. So as I walk around here, you can see the lighting changes, obviously. And now I'm just able to do this. So I can talk like this and just have it set up. And also the AI within the app and the drone takes away the propeller noise on this microphone. I'm using the Hollyland Lark M2S plugged into the iPhone right here. So this is a 360 hover around this way. And then when I step in, once I put my hand, the audio is going to cut off. I just put my hand out under the drone and it'll land on the palm. All right, so here we have the orbit. It's going to orbit 3 times at a distance of around 13 feet. You really want to make sure this is the mode. You want to make sure nobody's coming up or close to where you're at. So make sure you have a buffer of time to be able to have this orbit work. But I just basically stood here and I allowed myself to have, a couple good takes of this. And I even zoomed in a little bit and used the transform tool in DaVinci Resolve as the bugs are biting me. We got no-see-ums here. And this is it. Just the shot right here. Able to stand here looking at the sun and letting it orbit 3 times. You can pick the number of times that it does, the height, the distance, all that stuff, and you're good to go. Right here. All right, so this is the final shot of that cinematic opening, the zoom out, where it zoomed up to 30 feet. And that's why I said, welcome to episode 42 of the Stevie Richards show. And it went really to a slow cinematic fade to black. And it's going to come back in right here. And we could even use that if we want to, or reverse it. Oh man, the sun's in my eyes. So here's the deal when you record any content, whether it be this kind of behind the scenes stuff, or I'm trying to do fitness videos and workout videos from the beach. But when you involve the elements, especially sand, a lot can go wrong. I actually lost the transmitter, actually the receiver, I should say, for the Hollyland Lark M2S, and it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to find it. The audio on this Osmo Pocket 3 is pretty good, but I prefer to have this kind of exterior or external audio where I can do this. By the way, the beach is beautiful. This is why I want to film from here. So let's go back to the studio. I'm going to give you some just brief bullet points and the blueprint for the edit and how I use DaVinci Resolve 20 to also mix everything automatically using AI. So it's getting pretty scary, but useful. So, I mean, they're going to take over and be our AI overlords, but oh well, at least I get a good mix video out of it. So now I get to say, welcome back to the home studio. We're here at the editing station in the home studio. I'm about to finish this video, but I want to explain the 2 AI tools and also the software overall that I used for the cinematic opening. It was DaVinci Resolve 20. I used the AI music editor and also the AI audio assistant. The AI music editor, all I had to do was put in the amount of time of the cinematic opening. So it was around maybe 45 or 50 seconds. I input the time. It automatically trimmed the ambient background music to the length of the video and gave me 4 options, 4 different versions to edit from, whichever part of the song that I wanted to put into that cinematic opening. I used the first one. It seemed to work great. The second AI tool is amazing. The AI audio assistant mixed my voiceover, the music, and any other sound effects I might have added, which I didn't for that one. It auto mixes it, puts it in their own dedicated track, color codes them, and then you have a finished mix after that, and it worked flawlessly. Although it is a beta, it was a little bit clunky when I was doing this particular video as an example, so I'm not going to give that. But those 2 tools in the studio version of Resolve, there's a free version and the studio version, like I said earlier, it's just awesome. And if you buy a piece of hardware from Blackmagic Design, you get a studio license for free. So that's about it. I love showing these behind the scenes videos. Hopefully you enjoy watching them. We have dedicated and really deep dives of behind the scenes at patreon.com/Stevie Richards. So consider becoming a Patreon supporter for watch alongs, show notes, early access, and anything else we can do to bring value to the Patreon supporters as well as to our audience here on YouTube. Most importantly, God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day. For so many of us who laced up a pair of boots, the dream started with one word: WrestleMania. As kids, we just didn't watch it. We lived it in our living rooms, pretending to be Hogan, Savage, Warrior, Shawn, or Austin. WrestleMania wasn't just a show to us. It was the dream. And for the lucky few who made it, the dream became a reality. Today, we're talking about that dream and how WrestleMania 19 captured it better than most. Welcome to episode 42 of the Stevie Richards Show.